Exercising is good too. Exercising is great. Exercising, um, great entertainment for God. It also helps you. Like, listen, when you entertain God and when you make God happy, you get blessed for it. You know, you believe in God and you leave everything to God. Yeah, you get blessed for it. Exercising is good though. Um, Reading, exercising, everything that people try to tell you to do all the time, you don't want to do. Reading, exercising, going outside as much as possible. I like to work outside. If you can work in a garden, that's even better. But they put me in a situation where I couldn't do nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. And I feel like it's all part of this entombment. It's all part of this purgatory. It's all part of this destiny swapping stuff. It's like I don't supposed to be here. It's like my energy been replaced for somebody else, so that person got everything. Somebody went above and beyond to do this to me, but it's not about me. It's about the people. It's about helping the people. But yeah, exercising, walking, all this is good. Being positive, thinking positive, getting to the point where you're working on your internal admissions. You're working on your attitude. You're working on. I'm gonna tell you how God helped me work on my attitude with a lot of great disappointments. I know y'all gonna be like, that's crazy. No, actually it's not. It works absolutely great on me. Because you get to the point where you think you need something and realize you didn't need it the whole time. And if you'd have got it, it probably would have ruined you. It probably would have ruined you. That's why I said I'm in a situation where I like looking at them videos because they're great and they are telling the truth and they right. But when they say, think positive, universe working your way and stuff like that, that's all true. But when somebody done destiny swap with you and swapped your energy out, or better than that though, them are the worst case scenario. Or maybe God might just be working through you for the moment. You just gotta understand energy in a different way, temporarily. To your dark night of the soul. Dark night of the soul typically lasts 5 to 10 years. Somebody said a few months. I don't know what that was. I think that was just I think that was just a broken heart. Somebody said a couple months, few days, dark night of the soul. I don't think so, buddy. Probably at the minimum, maybe 3 years. But dark night of the soul, I think it lasts 5 to 10 years. Or it could be a few months, maybe. But me personally, I look at the Dark Night of the Soul differently. I look at the Dark Night of the Soul like somebody who unalived you. So I look at it like in a 5 to 7.5 to 10 year mark, where somebody shifted your energy, took your energy, and your energy fading out of you and into them, and then you're gonna have to wait for your energy to fade out of them and back into you. So that's a whole process little thing right there. But anyway, we talking about ways of pleasing God. We talking about ways of making God smile, or you know, entertaining God. You help God, you help yourself. You help God, you help yourself. Um, um, yeah, exercising, um, reading, helping a neighbor if you can. Oh yeah, and don't forsake. I know sometimes we got parents that's stubborn and don't want us to help them, but if you can help your parents and your grandparents out as much as possible, you know, do a lot of good. Every single thing is accounted for. Every word come out your mouth, everything you do, everything is accounted for. Everything is accounted for. Every single thing. Like somebody dropped a drink in the grocery store. You know, typically I would, reach down and grab it, but, and help somebody out. But even that is accounted for. I didn't help him. No, right now I'm trying to just, I don't even want nobody to touch me. I don't want, I got something going on with the with God or something. It's like even hugs, even especially hugs. You get a hug, oh, you gotta go down for the hug. Oh, hugging, hugging is, oh boy, hug the print. Something they be saying in the spiritual, bro. They be tripping me out. Hugging, I guess it's probably maybe talking more for women. You hug one too many hugs, leave somewhere. One too many hugs. But it ain't just for women though. Shaking hands, hugs, all that, man. Like, I ain't saying you can't do this. I'm just saying, like, it's all energy though. It's all energy, and it's like your ancestors is constantly cleansing you. They constantly working on you. They constantly doing stuff for you. And if you keep mixing up energy, it make it that much harder for them to get the job done. Let's just say that. So it ain't good or bad, it just is what it is. What else? Like I said, if you can garden, when you start doing this kind of stuff, even if you got low vibrational stuff in your energy, you gotta write down. For me on the list, I had to write on a piece of paper what was negative in my life and what was positive in my life. And I had to do that. And I had to put it on the wall. But so when you start doing this positive stuff and you start applying yourself, you're gonna realize how the negative stuff keep you from doing a lot of the positive stuff. So you're gonna start to, you're supposed to anyway, you're supposed to start letting the negative dwindle. Just let the negative go away slowly. That's another way of abstracting. And when the negatives start to go away, you're gonna realize you can fulfill your positive side more. And then you're gonna realize somehow, you can't look at it, you can't look at it physically too much, as in what the physical world gives you. You gotta look at it. You gotta look at it as what they give you, and what they're giving you, like spiritually, like I can't explain that part. Like sometimes you do get it physically. Sometimes you do get it physically, but sometimes, for like a person like me, I get a lot of blessings more spiritually, and I can deal with the physical more. I can deal with the physical better. I'm the kind of person, man. I like to be happy, and I like to be motivated just as much without nothing as I do with something. So I want to make sure I'm happy, and I'm trying, and I'm praying, I'm giving God my all when I got nothing, just like I would if I have something. So, because if you don't do it that way, you're going to trick yourself, because you start giving the guy, because you want something, the guy give you what you wanted, and then whatever you wanted go away, and you typically want to blame God and stop giving to God. But it ain't God's fault. You should have learned how to deal, you should have learned how to give to God, and God would have showed you how to deal without. Be happy without. Be humble without. Be lovable without. Always drive and strive without. You don't need this and that. Be whole without. And then if God, or when God bring around your physical, tangible stuff that you felt like you needed, you'll be more appreciative. But at the same time, you're gonna be just with it. You're not gonna really care. You're gonna be thankful for it, very thankful for it, but it's not gonna alter your mindset. I'll take it in the house. Leave it right there. I'll take it in the house. You going back around now? Yeah. It's gonna alter your mindset. Don't do nothing, you know. That's what I am. That's the way I am. It's like, this is the Ouroboros. I look at it like the Ouroboros, and it is the Ouroboros. So it's this triggering thing. Most things is meant to trigger us. How easily is it for you to be triggered? And what is triggering you? That's what's gonna continue to happen to you. It's gonna continue to happen to you until you stop being triggered by it. Can you love your loved one? Can you love your loved one without being on drugs? Do you love your loved one without being on drugs? Can you spend time with your family without being on drugs? Or drinking? Or gossiping? Or lying? You know, stuff like that. Can you evolve yourself to forgive? Can you forgive yourself? Can you love yourself without nobody else in the physical? Can you continue to thrive? Can you continue to, you know, can you continue your trials and tribulations no matter what, basically? It's like people don't want to live this life, but to me, this life is living. This is living, y'all. When you're on these drugs, when you're on these uppers, when you're on this different stuff, when you got all this stuff going on, you got too much money, money can be a drug. You feel like you want something done like this, do that, you keep wanting to do something. But when you just living, it's like it just comes to you. When it's time for it to come to you. That's like when my cars act up. You got tools. Well, I sold my tool when I was going through all this, but typically you would have tools. I like for my cars. I don't want my cars to act up, and I don't look forward to them, but I'm definitely not gonna get mad at my cars giving me a hard time, because that's an opportunity for me to spend time in my masculinity, more in my masculine side, working on my cars, and you know, more on my however you say all that. That's a time for me to just be me and one with my cars. Me and know what I'm talking about. Grease Monkey know what I'm talking about. That's that opportunity for me. You know, you go to your shop. You can't wait to get in your shop. You can't wait to go to your boom boom room. You can't wait, you know. You don't mind if your woman come, but she know that's your spot right there. It ain't no you leaving the house and you going, honey, I'll be right back, and you went to another honey house. You actually leaving, you walking out of your house and into your shop. I like to build stuff as well. I like to be a craftsman. Not quite that good at it because I started doing it last, but I like to do that. I like to break down phones and computers and rebuild it better. That's the kind of stuff I like to do. You just start applying yourself to stuff like that, and you realize you can't. I had to put all this extracurricular activity on my plate because that's the good side of my menu. And I had to put the bad side of my menu on it too. So that way I can recognize the energy. And I realized the more I was leaning towards the bad side of my to-do list, the less I got done on the good side. But see, the thing is that the good side has to do with my health. The good side has to do with my well-being. Guy got this thing he like to say sometimes. This is kind of different from what I'm talking about. But when angels or high vibrational people, high priests, high priestess, spiritualist people, very spiritualist people, when they tend to lean more towards the physical world, and it winds up being somewhat devastating, especially to their own relationships. Like, I've seen many people leave and actually slaughter their opportunity to be with their twins or their flames, which is one of the best things in the world to experience. I've seen people purposely sacrifice that relationship. And I asked God, why would they do this? And God he said this: being alive, being here. And when he say that, it's soothing to me, but it's also, it makes me wonder. It really put me in a thinking mode and suspense. It makes me want, like, why? Did this hurt God? Is this the way God say something? That because God done experienced his angels, his high vibrational people do this so often. When God done put you here to do a job and you keep writing it off, and not only will you write it off, you will sabotage it, destroy it, decapitate it. And you can look at God and you say, well, God, why they do this? And it might have hurt you, but when you hear the answer from God and he say, being here, being alive, I know for a fact most of y'all sacrificed y'all twins and flames just because the outlook wasn't what you wanted to be. But secretly, you knew it was exactly what you wanted it to be. But that team around you told you that ain't what you wanted. That's why I said, when it comes down to your life, you come into the world by yourself and you leave out of this world by yourself. When it comes down to what God built you for, and when it comes down to what God got for you, it ain't for you and your friends, it's for you. And the problem with most of us today is that, females or males, we too busy trying to please our friends, family members, cousin, whatever. You too busy trying to please everybody else but God. And that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. You too busy trying to please everybody else but God. It ain't gonna work. That's what I learned in all of this. I hope it helps somebody out there. But I realized when I started I was pretty much forced to embrace the good side, the light side. I was pretty much forced to embrace the light side. And thank God it happened. Thank God it happened the way it happened. Because I'm telling y'all something. I thought I was good. I did a lot of good things for a lot of people. But when I realized how this spiritual court stuff worked, I did enough to go straight to hell. Because it is so hard to get to heaven. The kingdom of heaven is narrow. The way to heaven is narrow. The way to hell is broad. I'm telling you, I helped people. I did a lot for people. I did a lot for myself, but I still had a lot wrong in me that I never noticed. I'm telling you, they count every word, every thought, and they measure every emissions, all the steam inside. They look for it. I remember when God told me, he said, this wave, I like to say, I'm start saying wave now, this wave, we're gonna make you upset. We're gonna test your aggression. I laughed. Ain't no way you can make me upset. It's very hard to get me in my feet. Boy, why did I say that? Every single time they tell me they finna test me in that department, I fail with flying colors. Good God, I'm telling you, when God wanna get you upset, I'm telling you, that's how I know. That's how it works. Whatever get under your skin, whatever triggers you, you better know that's where you being tested at. And I can almost say that's a fact now. Because it's going to keep coming around until you pass that test. Try to pass that test. It's gonna come around and it's gonna hit you. And when you do pass it, guess what else it's gonna do? It's gonna go ahead and come around again and make sure it hits you again, even harder in that same department. And you better keep passing it until they say, okay, it's enough. Gotta say it, he'll say it's enough. But since you done failed it so many times, it's probably gonna take you so many times to pass it. Start looking at it, y'all. I'm telling y'all, you gonna stop. Everybody that say I'm crazy, you gonna tell them they crazy for saying I'm crazy. Start putting this to the test yourselves. Doctors, lawyers, everybody. And you gonna say, man, he's right. Things are starting to work out, even though you might not have, like I said, the physical, tangible stuff you want. That's part of this Ouroboros. You gotta get over that. What's more important? What's more important? Your life or them Gucci shoes? Your soul or them Gucci shoes? That's what you gotta ask yourself.